Some of the greatest impacts for me on this trip was to see the love and the joy within the orphanage, within Shangalia.
I was constantly amazed by the strong faith of the people that we met there in Kenya.
I get emotional thinking about it just because there's highs and lows of the trip that is hard to explain without actually being there.
It was an incredible experience, life-changing in every way.
Hi, my name is Brian Morgan, and I was part of the Kenya mission team here in February and March of 2023. This was my first trip out to Kenya. It was an absolutely amazing experience. From the very moment we got there to the time we left, it was filled with God, just everywhere. So many impactful meetings and so many impactful stories. Some of the ones that stood out the most for me were the opportunity to meet with my prayer partners, both adults and then teens. In both cases, we were able to spend time every day and just really were able to bond and get to know each other and pray with each other. And just sharing the Lord with them, it is incredibly impactful, both to them and clearly to me as well.
My name is Abby. I'm a part of the Love for Kenya missions team. There was such a stark contrast within the walls of the orphanage versus what we saw in other places throughout the community and other areas that we toured. It was so evident that Jesus was there. The love of Jesus was prevalent in every one of the staff members and how they cared for the kids, in each of the kids as they loved each other, in everybody as they welcomed us. It was amazing to see the difference that Jesus makes. If somebody were thinking about whether or not they should embark on an adventure like this, it's a big thing. It's a powerful thing. My husband and I took our 4 kids on this trip, ages 7, 9, 11, and 13. Being on this trip as a mom made it a very different experience for me. Not only did I need to take in all of the information that we are experiencing as myself and try to process it, but also to try to help my kids process and experience it. So it created some complexities in how to juggle that, but I will never trade the experiences I got to have with my kids, because not only did I have a little more work to do as a mom on the trip, but I also got to see my kids watch God move in ways they've never seen him move before.
I think one of the greatest impacts of being here is being able to see it firsthand as far as the need that they have here. And then also just to see how our support is actually being used and how efficiently it's being used. I mean, the staff here is just outstanding. They really work together really well. And you see a little bit more firsthand about where the life of the students are too. I mean, we've been to their schools, we've been to where they sleep, we've been to their activities, we see their day-to-day activities, we see their neighbors, we see the need. It's just overwhelming about the difference between what we have and what they have. It's and yet we're not nearly as thankful as they are in what they have. So it's just been a real blessing just to work with the team that was here and with the staff that's here, and just have the different prayer partners and with the students and that type of thing. So it's been an outstanding experience.
My name is Cooper. I was part of the Love for Kenya missions team. One of the most impactful things was Kibera slum. It's a pretty small area and there's a lot of people there. and they were so happy to see us, and everybody there was so kind. We went to a school, all the kids were playing with us, playing rock, paper, scissors. It was really nice.
And why was that impactful for you?
I've never seen anybody like so excited to see me.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel very special. I think that it was very nice to get out of Minnesota and see new stuff and talk to people, meet new people, make new friends.
I'm Ann Bernard. I went on the Love for Kenya missions trip. One of my favorite parts of the trip was experiencing the widows ministry there at the orphanage. It's just seeing the community that those widows had, getting to worship with them and dance with them. It was all so much fun. A cool part was later on in the week, it was our listening prayer day. And so, God was, giving little words here and there to each of us, or images, this or that, of where we felt we should go. And for some reason, I felt like I should really be in the group that goes to town, even though I wanted to go to this other area, but I felt called to go with the group that went to the little village nearby. Ended up making our way to this widow's house as the last stop on the way. I hadn't really prayed for anyone yet or anything like that. It didn't seem like there was much purpose for me to be in that group. And then we ended up at this one widow's home, and she saw me and goes, "Ann, like, hi." She knew who I was. It was so exciting. I was like, oh, like it just really affirmed me, like, oh, God put me here because this widow seemed to really connect with me. But it was just really fun to connect with her. She invited us into her home, and we got to pray with her and just see her home, and she was really proud to show us around. It was really fun to just be invited in like that and feeling like family with her.
We've had lots of opportunities to worship together with the people here and the local community. So there's been 3 times that have really stood out to me, that have encouraged me and blessed me, and I think we've been able to bless and encourage others too. And those have been when we've had the chance to worship in evening services just here with the Shangalia students and staff. The worship is unlike anything I've really experienced before, and it's just palpable how pleasing to God it is. And we've also been able to worship together at the local church here, Oasis of Joy, and be able to just praise God together there and learn together. There's been other times here too, but just being a part of God's body all together and coming together has really been pleasing, and it's encouraged me, and I think we've been able to encourage the people here as well.
What's impacted me most being in Kenya again is the children, and seeing how happy they are, and they're all part of a great big family, and to see how the staff love on the children and the children love on each other. The little ones are taken care of by the big ones, and it's just such a joyful place, and they know the Lord so well, and they're just so kind to each other. And also, we've had a chance to get to know the staff and how important it is for us to be friends. And they're all praying for friends. And when we come and we build relationships with them, it's such a blessing to them. The need is very great in Kenya. And as you leave Shangalia and go into the village, you find just how much need there is. And it's just heart-wrenching to see these women and men just desperate for jobs, desperate to feed their families, desperate for places to live and sleep at night, just trying to get water and make meals and get by on a daily basis is very challenging for these people, especially outside in the village. So it's trying to meet needs are many, but it's neat to be able to do that on this trip.
Had an incredible time here. It's been life-changing, and from anywhere from the children to the amazing staff that's here. Just God is working, and has His presence every day and every hour. Our meals have been phenomenal. The cooks have just done an amazing job. preparing all the meals for us. Yeah, from the Widows Ministry, seeing all those ladies come from miles away is just such an inspiration, and super happy to be here. One of the fun things that we did here in Shangilia and our time here in Kenya was to help a widow build her home. And you can see that we have mud all over us, and I've already showered up, but it was just an amazing time to be able to help serve this widow and help take care of her. So
to see the joy in the kids' eyes and their joy with just getting to know us and the time that we get to spend with them, and the staff as well, all just serving for the glory of God, and every second of their day, it's just super impactful to be here and get to know them and spend time with them, and it's humbling.
My name is Riker. To see that all of the kids weren't family, but now it's like they're family. Like the older kids are helping the little kids and keeping track of them.
What was it like to play with somebody who was from a different part of the world?
It was kind of like feeling like they're your best friend.
Can you tell me about somebody that you got to play with and hang out with?
Wayne, he was my prayer partner. He was kind of like a best friend to me.
Do you miss him?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it hard to leave Wayne? Why is that?
Because we were just like best buds.
Hello, Jambo, love for Kenya. What amazing to work together with you and to transform the lives of the children. I would like to say thank you for the support you're giving to us every month. We are able to keep our kids, with all their needs. And not only that, we are able to pay our staff, and we are able to take them to school, the children, and we are able to have the impact in our community. And I want to say, Asante Sana, thank you for the good work you are doing, and we will continue to pray for you, and not only praying for you, we'll also continue remembering the good work you're doing. We want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, Asante Sana.